Hey guys, thank you for watching the SlatRock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Today we present you with 14 WWE Gimmick changes that never happened. Number 14. Christian as Jeff Hardy's attacker. When Jeff Hardy found himself being attacked by a mystery assailant in late 2008, speculation was running wild. Hardy was one of the most popular stars on SmackDown, but there was no shortage of suspects who would have benefited from the demise of the charismatic enigma. One suspect was Christian, who was scheduled to return after an incredible run in Impact and would have assisted his partner Edge, who had been feuding with Hardy over the WWE Championship. While this would have made Christian a sadistic heel, WWE instead had Matt Hardy turn on his brother, with Christian instead returning as a babyface in ECW. Number 13. Sable as Undertaker's love interest. One of the most popular women of all time, it's hard to properly state just how big Sable was during the Attitude Era. As fans would often cheer for her at ringside over male superstars in the ring, Vince McMahon came up with an idea to use her popularity on another huge star. Sable was reportedly going to become the love interest of The Undertaker, which would have shown the human side of the dead man instead of just being all darkness. The gimmick was ready until Taker's wife said the angle made her uncomfortable, and the dead man turned it down, though he showed his human side as the biker years later. Number 8. Kalisto as the MUZ'S hairdresser. Despite being a former United States and Cruiserweight champion, Kalisto is still trying to make a name for himself on the main roster. Between his time on 205 Live and as part of the Lucha House Party on Raw, the masked superstar has been successful, but not exactly the next Rey Mysterio. With that said, we can't imagine Kalisto being any more successful as the hairdresser of The Miz, an idea pitched to him before his call-up to the main roster. The mask would definitely have to have gone, but Kalisto fortunately avoided the character and has continued to wrestle with his mask firmly on for years. Number 11. Paige, Summer Rae, and Anya, the Female Shield. 3 of NXT's top female prospects in the 2012 relaunch of NXT, there was always high hopes for Paige, Summer Rae, and Anya. Bonding as a team both on and off the screen, one idea pitched was for the trio to become a female version of the Shield. While a dominant trio of women would have been interesting to see, the WWE pulled the plug, as the male Shield debuted in 2012 and the company didn't want two similar stables. As individuals, the trio had varying degrees of success, with Paige becoming a multi-time champion, Summer Rae a capable wrestler and manager, and Anya, sadly, never making it. Number 10. Neville as Mighty Mouse. Neville's smaller size always made it harder for him with the creative team in WWE. Vince McMahon usually doesn't push guys of Neville's size unless under very rare circumstances, such as Rey Mysterio or Daniel Bryan. Despite having an incredible run as NXT champion, Neville struggled on the main roster, with there once being talks of the Newcastle superstar portraying a Mighty Mouse character, complete with cape. Clearly, the character would have destroyed Neville's credibility, though thankfully he avoided it, having a few solid years on the main roster before leaving WWE, and recently made headlines as just one of several former superstars to sign with AEW. Number 9. Cody Rhodes, Ty Dillinger, and Tyler Breeze as the Handsome Faction. As Stardust, Cody Rhodes enjoyed playing the cosmic superstar at first, but the character quickly grew old, and Rhodes quickly began pitching characters to get out of playing Stardust. One such idea was a trio of very handsome superstars, a follow-up from Rhodes' time as Dashing Cody Rhodes, comprised of the man himself, alongside Tyler Breeze and Ty Dillinger. Unfortunately for the future NWA champion, the gimmick was shot down, and Cody was stuck as Stardust before leaving the company in 2016, with Dillinger and Breeze still struggling to get any main roster time today. Number 8. Scott Hall as G.I. Joe. Scott Hall may have made his career as Razor Ramon, the gimmick based on Tony Montana's Scarface, but it wasn't the first fictional character pitched to him. Originally, Hall was planned to play a character like G.I. Joe, which would have played into Hall's background as a military kid. While it's never been clear why the gimmick never made it to air, one reason may be that it had already been done in the 80s and early 90s with Sergeant Slaughter. And when WCW had Booker T play a similar character called G.I. Bro, it flopped, showing WWE were right not to put the gimmick on the bad guy. Number 7. Justin Gabriel as the Darewolf. Debuting on the main roster in the first season of NXT, Justin Gabriel's WWE career arguably peaked when he was part of the Nexus. After splitting with the group, the company struggled to keep the South African relevant, as Gabriel could deliver high-flying moves, such as his 450 splash, but never had much of a character. One idea pitched was for Gabriel to become the Darewolf, which would tie into his actual daredevil lifestyle, which includes skydiving and bungee jumping. While it's not clear how much of Gabriel's character would have been a werewolf, it was Triple H who argued against the idea, though Gabriel has used the nickname following his 2015 release. Number 6. Kevin Nash as the Anonymous Raw General Manager. When the Anonymous Raw General Manager appeared, fans wondered who the mystery person would be. Communicating only via emails on a laptop, the GM would often cite classic quotes from former superstars, making fans wonder which legend it would be. One name that was rumored to be revealed as GM was Kevin Nash, whom, with his past creative control in WCW, made perfect sense as the heel authority, often stacking the deck against the faces. Ultimately, it never worked out and Nash returned at the SummerSlam 2011 pay-per-view, with Hornswoggle of all people being revealed as the anonymous GM years later to the delight of absolutely no one. Number 5. Steve Williams as the Unbeatable Fighter. When you've got the nickname Dr. Death, you need to make sure you can back it up in the ring. Joining the WWF in 1998 as a friend of Jim Ross, Williams was reportedly in line for a huge push, which would have seen the former football star clash with Stone Cold for the WWF title. All Williams had to do was win the Brawl for All, the infamous shoot fighting tournament which was WWE's answer to UFC. Instead of winning, Williams lost to eventual winner Bart Gunn in the first round, suffering a torn hamstring, and was released in early 1999. Never reaching the highs that were promised to him. Number 4. Bob Holly as a NASA employee. When Bob Hardcore Holly first debuted in WWE, he appeared as Thurman Sparky Plug, a race car driver in what Holly must have thought would be his most ridiculous gimmick. But in 2006, Holly returned to the WWE and nearly had Sparky Plug beaten when he was given the character of a NASA employee. The WWE's reasoning was that ECW was set to debut on the Sci-Fi Channel, and despite Holly's years as a brawler, thought the former hardcore champion could have easily passed as a spaceman. WWE even wanted him to wrestle in a spacesuit, though the character was fortunately cancelled, as it seemed unlikely that Holly, or anyone really, could have pulled off this ridiculous character in 2006. Number 3. Christopher Daniels as the Higher Power. Best known for his time in TNA, Christopher Daniels got his first taste of the big leagues in WCW and ECW. In 1999, Daniels even had a chance of joining the WWF, with Booker Vince Russo wanting the Fallen Angel to become the infamous Higher Power. A robed figure capable of controlling Shane McMahon and The Undertaker as the leader of the corporate ministry, Russo was very keen to have Daniels play the role, though McMahon thought he was too small. Instead, it would be McMahon himself as being revealed as the Higher Power. Revealing all of this was just to annoy Steve Austin in one of the biggest disappointments in WWE history. Number 2. Cody Rhodes as heel Tony Stark. As we already know, Cody Rhodes was desperate to ditch the Stardust gimmick. Pitching a ton of ideas at the company for a change, one idea included the former Intercontinental Champion donning a heel persona based on Tony Stark of Marvel Comics. Rhodes, a known comic book fan, even had a promo filmed with his wife Brandy, imitating the superhero's arrogance, wealth, and stature. While WWE would reject the idea, leaving Cody stuck in the Stardust role, the promo did leak online, giving fans a glimpse of the Iron Man Cody Rhodes could have been. Number 1. Dean Ambrose and AJ Lee as a power couple. As two of the internet's favorite darlings, there has been plenty of fan fiction written about Dean Ambrose and AJ Lee. Perhaps after reading one too many fanfics, the WWE pitched the idea of having the pair on Raw in 2012 as a power couple who had met at a mental asylum. While this wouldn't have pleased many fans online, it was the former Divas champion who nixed it, saying she didn't want to make light of mental illness given prior issues in her family. Instead, Lee went on to become one of the most successful women in WWE, and Ambrose debuted with the Shield that November at Survivor Series. Well guys, that's our list. If you like this video, don't forget to check out our previous video, Top 10 WWE Stars Who Were Bullied Out of the Company. Also, check out our other high-rated videos by clicking at the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. If you indeed like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, thank you for watching.